is important to state upfront that the NPP parliamentary candidate for Techiman South, Mr. Martin Ajay Mensah Kosa, won that election and so declared by the EC. For the avoidance of doubt, we present to you the results of Techiman parliamentary elections as per all pink sheets available to us. Martin Ajay Mensah Kosa, NPP, 49,682. And I repeat, Martin Ajay Mensah Kosa, NPP, 49,682. 2. Christopher Baire Basongutit, NDC, 49,205. And I repeat, 2. Christopher Baire Basongit, NDC, 49,205. Per all the pink sheets available to us, which are here displayed, our candidate, Martin Ajay Mensah Kosa, was duly elected as MP for Techiman South for the next parliament, January 2021 to January 2025. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is important for us to expose the lies, deceit, propaganda, and political chicanery, shenanigans, and dishonesty of the NDC since the process towards the 2020 elections began. The NDC has always sensed that it will lose the 2020 elections. And so, from the beginning of the year, they had constantly been impugning the integrity of the EC as per their presidential candidate's logic, that if you sense that you are losing the elections or the match, attack the referee, attack the integrity of the referee. Mahama, this is Mahama at the NDC 2016 last rally. Ghanaians will recall that way back in September, and specifically on September 24th, 2020, Mr. Mahama made clear his intention not to accept the 2020 election results. Which results did he say he won't accept? The one in which he was going to be declared winner, or the one in which he was going to be declared loser? As they say in Ghana, I can't think far. But for the moment, let us come back to Techiman South elections. I have already stated Techiman South parliamentary elections were collated and Martin Ajay Mensah duly declared winner. The NDC initially said that there was no collation in Techiman South. Now they are asking for recollation. If there was no collation in the first place, how can there be recollation? But it is important to point out to the NDC that after results have been collated and declared, the only remedy available to them if they disagree with the collated and declared results is to go to court of competent jurisdictions. But as is obvious to Ghanaian people, the NDC is not ready to be put in strict proof. All they want to do is court public disaffection for the EC, and by that reduce the legitimacy of NPP's victory in the eyes of well-meaning Ghanaians. But in their attempt to do so, they have constantly exposed their own lies and reduced their own esteem in the eyes of Ghanaian people. This far, NDC has put out several results as representing what they call true results of Techiman South parliamentary elections. But there cannot be multiple truths. So which of the several results that NDC has put out represents the true results of the Techiman parliamentary elections? Yesterday, the minority in parliament promised to display all 265 pink sheets from Techiman South. In the end, they subjected viewers to fabricated images of an Excel spreadsheet. Excel spreadsheet, not collated sheet of the EC. I think media men and the public know the difference. Such gross deceit and incompetence. And according to them, the NPP candidate obtained 50,013 votes, while their candidate obtained 50,306 votes. So according to the NDC majority's juju figure, NDC won Techiman South with a difference of 293 votes. On the 10th of December 2020, Johnson Esiedun Ketia claimed that NDC candidate polled 50,569, while the NPP candidate polled 49,874 votes, making it a vote difference of 695. On the 11th of December 2020, John Dramani Mahama, presidential candidate of the NDC, claimed that the NDC parliamentary candidate gained 50,414 votes, while the NPP parliamentary candidate obtained 49,825, in which case, according to candidate Mahama, the NDC candidate won with a difference of 592 votes. Then on 21st December 2020, the NDC candidate himself, Christopher Beire, in an interview with Joy FM's Joseph Opoku Gakpo, claimed that he won the elections with a margin of 700. Around 4 p.m. on the same day, on Joy News, he claimed he has won by 2,000 votes. Later the same day on News Night, on Joy News, the very same Christopher Beire claimed that he won the election with a vote margin of 825. So, ladies and gentlemen of the media, if we are to believe the NDC story that they won the Techiman South parliamentary elections, they won it with vote difference of 293, at a point 695, at a point 592, at a point 700, and then 825. Mind you, we are talking about an election in one constituency. In this singular constituency, the NDC won by 5 different margins. Ridiculous. They are so inept, lazy, and propaganda-driven to such an extent that they can't get basic computing right. Basically, they can't even tell a consistent lie. How could they be incompetent even at forgery? Ladies and gentlemen of the press, let me state again, for purposes of emphasis, that NPP won the presidential election of 2020 and tied with the NDC on parliamentary elections, at least for now. And I say for now because we have signaled our intention to go to court to challenge the validity of a number of seats which the EC has declared for the NDC. We are also going to challenge some of their parliamentary results, and you will hear from us very soon. For us, in the court of law, not in the streets. Have you all noticed that suddenly the NDC has stopped talking about presidential election? To date, they have provided no figure to back all the street protests that they have urged other people's children to embark on, while they keep their children either in the comfort of their homes or in cozy villas abroad. This is why NDC has always been opposed to a universal access to education by all Ghanaians. They want to keep an uninformed population, so propaganda, lies, and deceit can have a legitimate hold on the politics of our country. This is pathetic. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost in the Christmas season, and so we shall not keep you for long. We wish to reiterate the point that the 2020 elections has been one of the cleanest and the most transparent in Ghana's election history. CODEO, EU, ECOWAS, and other international observers have all affirmed the same. No effort to denigrate the results of election 2020 will gain traction. We call on Mahama to tell his supporters the truth, that he lost the election. It is okay if he wants to go to court the support of his party for another try in 2024. But it is not okay to endanger the lives of other people's children, and by that endanger the security of our country. This far, the security agencies have been professional in their handling of the provocations that Mahama has encouraged his supporters to foment. We cannot, however, be sure what will happen if he continues to display such carelessness and irresponsibility in not wanting to go to the appropriate forum to seek for redress, but continue to fight for his battles on the streets. Already, respected bodies like the National House of Chiefs, the Peace Council, the Coalition of Civil Society Organizations have called on Mahama to follow the law in addressing his grievances. He should do the needful. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2021 New Year. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make a great and strong nation. I thank you. Many things happen on the declaration and the process of declaring the election results in Techiman South. And we want to walk you through what the video captured for you to see what really went on. To begin with, the collation center is supposed to engage only the two agents and the security forces. So if you look at the melee, the chaotic situation that was happening there by NDC supporters and members who mass up. And I think one of their strategies was to mass up at various collation centers on the D-Day when they know they were losing, because they did that here. They did that at Escado Kitan, did that at Security also and other places. Why? Allow the EC to collect in a serene atmosphere, because you need a peace of mind and peace to pick figures, to transpose figures from the pink sheet onto the collation sheet. But if there is that chaotic situation that we're going to find ourselves here, it will be difficult for anybody to do the kind of collation we would have expected. So I think the EC has done well. But many people who were there, particularly the NDC folks, have breached the law by attacking the EC officials, because it is against the law under the PNDC Political Parties Act. All right, let's go.
We have a collection of our pink sheets here for all the 32 electoral areas. And then on there you see the videos of the collation. So you have the NDC candidate. He's the man in the Lacoste t-shirt. Now you see here, this man is a leading member of the NDC. He's an assemblyman for Sansama electoral.
So this is the EC collation center.
Yes, this is the Bon Champion Hall, Techiman Municipal Assembly, where the collation was done. So you see the NDC candidates in the Lacoste t-shirts there. Leading members of the NDC. We have the assemblyman for Sansama. The man in mask, we call him Buguma. He was a parliamentary. Call him Buguma Muhammad. He was a parliamentary aspirant. He contested the NDC primaries. He couldn't make it. The man sitting there with the tag is the NDC constituency chairman, called Chamanu Fao. And then the man in mosque, his back is facing us, so we can't.
So was this an NDC collation center or EC collation center? Because I can read you what the CI 125 says about who and who should attend a collation.
So this is at the time that the collation was going on. A lot of the leading members of the NDC were around, but not all of them are captured in the photograph. So this is also at the time after the collation had been completed, and the director, the returning officer, was about declaring the results. So some of the people that we can identify in the picture, the man here is the first vice chairman, NPP, Bono East Region. The man in the mosque here is also a second vice chairman, the constituency second vice chairman. And then you can see Honorable Ajeme Sankosa also here. This is the Buguma we saw, and then if you can look at it. So this is the returning officer. So the man who started the scaffold, who pushed the table, is the NDC parliamentary candidate himself, trying to scatter the documents and everything that the EC. Yes, that's the EC. So this is our Nasara coordinator, the man in t-shirts, NPP Nasara coordinator. And then, can you pause? This man, Red, is the former member of parliament of NDC. He's also called Ajay Mensah. Yes. From 2012 to 2016. So, these are a lot of the NDC men. Let the video yes, the man.
She has declared Ajay Mensah.
The man who took.
Did you hear it?
The megaphone is the constituency organizer.
You see, he came and took the megaphone.
The whole thing was to stop the EC from going ahead to declare the results and to scatter the whole program. But thankfully, the EC returning officer was able to declare the results. And those of us who have won then went out. And so he is the constituency organizer of the Chiman South. We have the DC, MC, Honorable Commissioner for NPP. And then observers. In fact, the first video now we show, we saw observers were all sitting there. So at the collation center, observers were allowed in everything that was going on there. They all saw. This is NPP collation figures. After the collation, this is what we also got to obtain. You can see the polling station codes. That's the column shaded in blue. The polling station names. Then the votes that the total registered voters for each polling station, the votes that NPP got, the votes that NDC got, the rejected, and then the total valid votes, which led to the total that the Electoral Commission declared that Honorable Ajay Mensah is the winner for the parliamentary elections in Techiman South. Before the collation, the night before, there was also a scaffold where the NDC guys destroyed a number of pin sheets and ballot boxes for reasons best known to them.
Votes cast.
This is
for a polling station that I won.
GHS.
Damaged everything.
Look at the ballot box.
So this is the night, that's on the 7th, at the beginning of collation. That was what happened at the collation. And this is in front of the Brinchapin Hall. The hall has a large land in front of it where the ballot boxes are arranged before they are taken into the collation center. So this incident happened at the collation center.
And for your information, this matter was reported to the police by the Electoral Commission, and so it has records. And anybody can authenticate this. And I believe that the police is still investigating. The returning officer, the presiding officer who was attacked is called James Ajay. And the security had to whisk him away to safety and subsequently lodged a complaint with the police. So it's important that you take note of this.
In fact, traditionally we have 265 polling stations. The two additional polling stations are the special registration, the special votes polling centers. That adds up to the 267. So these are the pin sheets that we use in the collation process at the collation center. So if probably you can zoom. So we have Methodist JHS1 Techiman. Police station code is K010101B. where Honorable Ajay Sakosa had NPP 386, and then Christopher Bayer Basonti NDC had 113.
Which police station are you mentioning?
This is Methodist DHS, Tichiman 1, K0. The figures is Honorable Ajay Sakosa NPP 386.
386.
386.
NDC.
And then NDC is 113. So rejected is 2. In fact, even this one, the presiding officer made a mistake. He wrote 501.
Mention his name.
The presiding officer is Aganda Derek. The polling agent for NPP is Amorin James, and for NDC is Sule Isifu. So these are clean sheets. In order to make, for simplicity's sake, we arrange our pin sheets according to electoral areas. So what I have is for one electoral area called Tusuasi electoral area. So the next one is Methodist DHS, which went to police station code is K0 1028.
Yes. Met JHS Techiman 2.
Methodist DHS.
So call the figures.
The figures NPP is 266, NDC 98, rejected is 0, and the total vote cast is 364.
The pen sheet.
The presiding officer is Upoku Kofi Isaac. For the agents, NPP agent is Aferi Yeboah Derek, and then NDC is Keneboa Red.
So this is that's what we have to do.
While at the coalition center, the focus of the New Patriotic Party was to ensure that the returning officer who had the responsibility under the law to declare the results was done. The NDC brought in their attacks headed by their parliamentary candidates and caused the mayhem. We have shown to you our pin sheets from all the 267 polling stations, and we've confirmed from the figures on the pin sheet as against what was recorded at the coalition center before the attack. We expect the media to look at what the campaign manager and our MP-elect has presented to you as against the spreadsheet of the NDC and their minority.
And there are different numbers that they are.
And there are different numbers put out by Mr. John Dramani Mahama, Mr. Sidun Ketia, the candidate himself, and
Haruna Idris.
Thank you very much.
That's when they were calling their supporters to come and force.
That's what they did in Esikado Ketan and Sekirioso.
Okay, so we have a crowd gathering in front of the race.
This was after they made an announcement on Akina Radio that their members should move to the coalition center.
Massa.
And that they did. We had Sami Demfi, we had Otokuno, Esedun Ketia, and Mr. Fiyanka.
Okay, so we
man
have
up to all
crowd
coalition centers.
gathering in front of the race.
When elections are over and people have problems with those elections, that they will go to the appropriate forum or fora to seek redress. We did so in 2012, where the current president and then presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, told his supporters, it is not a matter of street protest, we shall take our case to the law courts. We have indicated here, and for purposes of emphasis, that we also have serious problems with about 7 parliamentary results. Our lawyers are putting our case together, and we are going to go to the various high courts to seek a reversal of those injustices that we believe have been done to us. And for the avoidance of doubt, these constituencies are Asin North, Cape Coast North, Pusiga, Boku Central, Savulugu, Esuejamai, and Nkwanta North. We believe that we're giving raw deals in all of these constituencies. But as a responsible party, we are not asking our supporters either in these constituencies or across the country to go on the streets and destroy property and cause mayhem. That is not the responsible and sensible way to operate in a democracy. We are going to take the sensible and responsible route, which is that our lawyers are putting together our case, which we believe is watertight, and we are going to go to court and challenge these cases. On the contrary, we have shown you this afternoon that we want Techimai South, and we want so with Martin J. Mensah Kosa as MP-elect for Techimai South. We have put out our figures per the pink sheets that we have shown you today, that those tallied with the spreadsheet that the chairman of our campaign showed. Martin J. Kosa is going to go to that parliament. If they also have a problem like we have in these constituencies that I've mentioned, they should go to the appropriate quarter and challenge it. But to incite the public to go onto the street as if the presidency is Mahama's exclusive right, that if once Mahama is not president in this country, then this country must bend. This country is not going to bend. This country is going to go on.
Sure.
And this country would outlive Mahama.
Sure.
And so we are asking the NDC to do the responsible and sensible things. You have heard all the arguments that their supporters make when they go on the streets, that anytime Democrats win an election in America, NDC also wins an election in America. You saw them on video saying that because Democrats won, we should hand over the presidency to Mahama. That is NDC logic. These kinds of people, they ruled this country before. Who? Efedu Ketiatu said it.
No, he himself.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought it was the foot soldiers who were saying it. Okay, thank you very much for supplying that. So apparently, the heads of the NDC also believe that logic, that we should not conduct elections in Ghana. We should wait, so that when Republicans win elections in Ghana, then we swear in NPP presidents. And when Democrats win, then we swear in NDC presidents. That is how the NDC wants our democracy to operate. Well, it is left for the Ghanaian people to decide that. But please, let's be very clear. 275 parliamentary results have been gazetted. We have information that the gazetting was done yesterday. Finito. Finito only in the sense that it is courts that can reverse them. And like I said, let me repeat, we are going to court to try to reverse 7 of them by proof, by empirical evidence. Let me say that in this country, we don't declare coterminous results. NDC calls something coterminous results. That if you win parliament, we should hand over the presidency to you. And they purport to have won parliament, so they have 47%, but it doesn't matter. We should still swear in John Mahama as president, also by Democratic Party logic in America. That's very laughable. That's very irresponsible. That's very senseless. That's very illogical. That's very undemocratic. That's very un-Ghanaian. Thank you for coming.